Audio Jungle.
Good evening, Effingham County 4-Hers. This is your Channel 4-H News coming at you live from Studio 4-H in beautiful Rankin, Georgia. As always, your favorite anchors, Blake Carter, Agriculture and Natural Resources Agent here in Effingham County,
and Chase Whiteman, the AmeriCorps member here in Effingham County,
are here to bring you the latest and exciting news. Tonight's developing story surrounds a fan favorite in the fruit department, the strawberry. So let's cut to the chase, Chase. Take us through where our headline story begins.
Thank you, Blake. Did you know that strawberries were used all the way back in 100 AD? While they weren't used for food, they had many ornamental uses, which are primarily mentioned by Roman poets. Believe it or not, strawberries are a member of the rose family, which may explain why they are such a beautiful fruit. By the 1300s, the strawberry began growing in Europe, when the French began transplanting the wood strawberry from the wilderness to the garden. Then, in the 1600s, the Virginia strawberry of North America reached Europe. The spread of this new relatively hardy species was very gradual, and it remained little appreciated until the end of the 1700s and early 1800s. Another variety reached Europe from Chile in 1714. The Europeans then crossed the Virginia strawberry and the Chilean strawberry, giving rise to the modern strawberry that we see today. It was in 1834 that America had its first successful cross, resulting in the Hovey. In 1851, the Wilson was originated by James Wilson. This variety was the turning point for the strawberry production in the United States, and the result was the strawberry industry increasing 50 times to 100,000 acres.
From that day forward, the modern strawberry became not only a springtime staple, but a year-round favorite. According to the University of Illinois Extension Services, 53% of all 7 to 9-year-olds chose strawberries as their favorite fruit. 94% of all U.S. households actually consume strawberries. The U.S. Department of Agriculture put a number on how much consumption we have per capita in the United States for strawberries, for fresh and frozen, and that number is 4.85 pounds. In Georgia specifically, strawberries are planted on 336 acres and have an economic value for a farm gate of $10,570,169. Effingham County specifically is ranked 22nd in the state in strawberry production with 10 acres and $132,000 value. Now we're going to have a little change in scenery to help better understand what all goes into those simple little strawberries and how they make a very big economic impact. Let's send it over to myself and Chase at a local strawberry farm to find out more about this exciting story. Hey y'all, we're out here at Hodges Farms in Newington, Georgia. It's owned and operated by Eddie Hodges. Now Hodges Farms is more than just a strawberry farm. It's actually something we call an agritourist destination. Chase, you know something about agritourism you could tell us about?
Yeah, Blake. So agritourism is an experience that combines traditional agriculture with tourism. In Georgia, agritourism contributes nearly $1 billion to our economy with 4.5 million acres of cropland.
That 4.5 million acres of cropland houses so many different agriculture commodities, and a lot of them can be related to agritourism. Some of those include corn mazes, sugarcane mazes, Christmas tree farms, and you guessed it, U-pick farms, just like we have here today. Mr. Eddie's U-pick strawberry farm actually sees about 1,500 to 2,000 people every season. His season usually starts in about end of March and runs to about May is when he usually runs out. Now that we've kind of got a firm base in agritourism, let's talk a little bit more in detail about what this stuff is that we're seeing here today with the plastic and the strawberries. Let's go into a little bit of scientific detail on it. Did you know that strawberries are grown on more than 60,000 acres across the United States today? Let's talk about what goes into producing the strawberry. First things first, we have the life cycle. As you probably know, a strawberry starts out as a seed. Once the seed germinates, the seed begins to sprout. Upon sprouting, the roots are sent downward into the soil, and the transformation of nutrients into the plant continues. After the roots develop and we have a seedling, it will mature into a plant. Then the plant will produce flowers, which will then turn into the strawberry. Now that we know how the life cycle actually works, we can better understand the planting process and what goes into making a strawberry plant successful.
In Middle and South Georgia, strawberries can be set in the fall and harvested the next spring. There are two ways in which strawberries can be planted, the matted row system and the annual hill system. The system we see at Hodges Farm is the annual hill system. This system typically uses plasticulture, which is what you see now, and is a black plastic mulch film. This plastic is placed on top of a bed that the strawberries will be planted on. Sandy loam soil and clay loam soils are ideal for building and shaping the raised beds that are a critical component to success in the strawberry plasticulture system. The plasticulture system has several advantages, including high yields, good fruit quality, good weed control, and earlier harvest. Earlier harvest can help growers beat other farmers to the market and also help sell other early season crops to customers. Now we are going to see the result of all this hard work and production. Let's send it to Karen's kitchen for a tasty treat.
Thanks, Blake and Chase.
Hey guys, I'm Morgan, the 4-H educator in Effingham County, and this is Miss Karen, our secretary. Today we're going to be making a strawberry trifle using fresh produce. Our first step is going to be to wash our produce, so we're going to head over to the sink now. It's very important to always wash your produce because there could be dirt or other residue on it. I'm going to wash a few at a time and then be sure to lay them out on a paper towel to dry. While our strawberries are drying, we're going to head back over with Miss Karen to start our cake.
Okay, now we're going to make the cake, and this is what you'll need. In your grocery store, you can just find a box Angel Food cake mix, and you just take it out and pour it in a glass bowl or a stainless steel bowl, whatever you have, and then you just follow the instructions. It calls for 1 1/3 cup water. And then you were supposed to take your mixer. Now I'm going to beat the cake mix for 30 seconds on low and a minute on medium. Okay, now that I'm through with that, I will shake these off as best that I can. And you will need a ungreased pound cake pan, or you can use 2 loaf pans. So I'm going to get that in the pan now, Miss Morgan. All right. And then you want to put it in your oven on 350 preheated. And I always like to put it on the pan because in case it leaks. Okay, Miss Morgan's going to put it in the oven for us. And you want to make sure that you don't have a rack on top of the pan because it will rise. And we're going to let it bake at 350 for 40 minutes. So while that's baking, we're going to slice some strawberries.
While our cake is baking, let's slice some strawberries. You'll start off by cutting off the green part of the strawberry. And you'll take your knife and make sure you tuck your finger under. You never hold it like this. You also want to make sure that you always have an adult nearby while you're using a knife. Now that all of our strawberries are sliced, we're going to make our whipped cream.
Okay, now we're going to make our whipped cream. For this, you will need a quart of whipping cream. You will need a cup of powdered sugar. You will need vanilla flavoring. So I'm going to take the whipping cream, and I like to use a stainless steel bowl. You can use a glass bowl, but I'm going to pour that in. Okay, now that I have that in, I'm going to take a cup of powdered sugar, and this is your dry measuring cup. There's liquid measuring cups and there's dry, and this is the one you'll need for the powdered sugar. You'll make sure you put exactly a cup. You want to sprinkle it in. Okay. Then you want to take a teaspoon of vanilla, and you can use a measuring spoon, or you can just never have too much vanilla. Okay. Now I'm going to beat it on high for probably 5 minutes or till it gets really stiff. Okay, this looks good. This is the consistency that you're looking for. So I think that's ready, and now we will put the trifle together. Okay, now we're ready to assemble the trifle. So Miss Morgan's going to put a layer of cake in. And then I'm going to follow with a layer of whipped cream. You might have to get a knife and spread some of this around so it won't be so thick. Or use your spatula. All right, now I'm going to come in with a layer of strawberries. Sometimes you might have to use your hands. Make sure that they're always washed and clean. Okay, and Miss Morgan's going to do another layer of cake. And you just want to continue this pattern until you fill your bowl up.
Here's what your finished trifle will look like. And remember, this is a healthier option for desserts. Thank you for joining this episode of Karen's Kitchen, and we'll see you next time. Back to you, Blake and Chase.
Thank you, ladies. That recipe looked really good. I hope y'all saved us some. This headlining story sure turned out to be, well, Chase, I know you've been dying to say it. Go ahead.
Very exciting.
It sure has. The history, the impact, the work put in goes into making that simple strawberry such an impactful fruit. With strawberry season around the corner, we hope this story gets you excited and your mouth watering. Nothing is better than a local strawberry. Until next time, 4-Hers, this has been Blake Carter
And Chase Whiteman.
signing off. And as always, 4-Hers, keep striving to make the best better. Good night.